people. This is Dan from Generation Productions, and let's just check this out here by Dominic Prone, who uploaded this. Prone, go check out his channel. And here's the warning for today's thing.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Okay, like the man said, that's what it is. And the reason why I'm using highfalutin language is because, well, Peter Capaldi's Doctor also played a character called Malcolm Tucker. And so, I don't know if I'm going to even do Scottish swearing, but we'll see how we go. I was going to even do a Doctor Who music thing like I normally do, but I just can't be fucked. So let's just get into it. The new Doctor Who, from what I've read of reviews and seen little snippets of videos on YouTube, I haven't actually seen the full thing, but let's just get into it. So the idea of Revolution of the Daleks was basically Captain Jack free. So this is spoilers, by the way, so if you haven't seen the thing, just go away and come back, or go and see a review from one of your favourite other YouTubers. Okay, so back to this point. So the new Doctor Who, Revolution of the Daleks. Now, they had Jodie Whittaker's Doctor locked up, and so then Captain Jack came in and saved her. Meanwhile, on the other side, on Earth, the other companions are hanging out in this other TARDIS that was supposed to be left by one of the other doctors. The Ruth Doctor, apparently. Grr. So I don't know how the hell all that went down. Please, if you leave me a message in the comments how that happened, because I was assuming that police box TARDIS that the Ruth Doctor had was actually the TARDIS, but apparently it's not. It is another TARDIS. So, whatever. Man, this whole new doctors to the fucking canon, I don't understand. This is fucking bullshit. But anyway, so they do all this stuff about this bloke that appeared in one of the other episodes. It's basically like a Donald Trump-esque character. Eventually got some scientist dudes to go clone a Dalek, squid Dalek, to put in and make a new drone, which is kind of scary when you think about it, because there are a few drones that actually look like Daleks these days, but that's beside the point. So it's kind of scary, it's a bit of a scary thought, but besides the point, let's get back to the main thing. So he creates these defense drones, aka Daleks, but the problem is that he mixed a little bit of human DNA with these Daleks. Basically, they were feeding them some sort of nutrients to the animals, but it turned out it was actually like crushing up killing humans and turning them into juice to feed the Daleks. And of course the Daleks absorbed the DNA from eating human flesh, of course. So more or less we got these half-breed Daleks running loose in London. And then eventually the Doctor and Captain Jack Harkness breaks the Doctor out of the Jadoon prison, and they go back to her TARDIS and then go back to Earth to deal with the Daleks. Send out a distress signal or some sort of thing the Doctor sent out to get the real Daleks to come and tackle the new Daleks. Now, I would have loved to have. A lot of these people said to have seen. I tried to Google it up on YouTube and stuff like that to see if there's any like real decent fights of these Daleks, but it's not. They just have this little 5-minute spat with these Daleks going shooting at each other because the human-made Daleks were considered impure. Now, this actually did come up with some other mutated Daleks way back in John Pertwee's era. I think, that was in John Pertwee's era, Tom Baker's era. Per Davison's era and Colin Baker's era, and of course Sylvester McCoy's era. Now, just in case you don't know who that is, that's 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th Doctors. So that's sort of saying loosely canon that Daleks do not like, the real Daleks do not like the Doctor. They don't like the fact of the mutated Daleks. They find them as an impure Dalek, and they don't like them. So that's staying canon. But I would love to have seen a better fight with that. We don't see a better fight with it. There was also other nitpicks, which was also apparently, I'm trying to think of it, I can't remember her name, but the old lady who was with Graham and the other boy, they basically were together at the end of the thing, like a ghost form, basically a temporal rift, after image of the, so it wasn't actually a ghost, it was more like a temporal shift after image of the person the TARDIS did when it took off or something like that, I think. But, and that's at the end of the thing, but that was kind of bullshit. Also, finally, the good, apparently the positives is that Yaz, I actually like that character, Yasmin. I think she's absolutely brilliant. And the sad thing is, though, she seems to have had this, starting to get this thing for the Doctor. Now, we know we have had, you know, lesbian, gay, and, you know, trans people before, you know, a bit like Captain Jack, and, you know, this sort of gender fluency, which is okay, but I really don't think Yaz would have been the one to do it. I mean, she hasn't had much to do up until this point, and now she seems to be the one that's working out stuff and starting to get her act together, which is good, but then that means Graham and the other guy doesn't really have much to do now, because basically Yaz is sort of now better now. So that's kind of like, sticking the companions on the, those two other companions, I think it was Ryan, all those other companions, you know, off to one side and focusing on the two, which technically speaking, that's always the way it should be. One companion, one Doctor, in my point. When you try and actually put like 4 or 5 companions with the Doctor, it makes it very complicated. But I suppose it can be done, because in the 5th Doctor's era it was done correctly, but it never has been ever since, really, when you had to try and have more than one companion. But anyway, so we have that thing. So a little bit of a nitpick with the whole Yaz business is that she only started getting good in this episode. So, according to some people, I liked the character straight off the bat. I thought she was, you know, pretty cool. But, anyway. And then we have, yes, still Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. Look, to be honest, I don't really care about Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. I mean, I sort of got over it, because I did watch the, I don't know if I still have it here with me or not. No, not at the moment. But I did actually watch the episode, you know, the season 1 version. Well, basically I call it season 1. I mean, it's probably 10th season or 13th season now. I don't know what it is. But Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, when she first appeared, now she was a little bit of a feminist character in a way, but on a flip note, she wasn't half bad either. She wasn't half good, but she wasn't half bad either. Season 2, which is what we're talking about as well, that was kind of, with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. Well, I'm calling them season 1, I mean, it's season 13, 14, whatever, I don't care. I'm just calling it for what it is. I always say that with every new Doctor, to me it's like a reboot, so I always say season 1, season 2, season 3 with that particular Doctor. I know it's not correct, but that's the way I do it, okay, people, just to keep, you know, keep my head together. Anyway, so we go on to it, so, like I said, but from what I gather, she's still a bit of a drama queen in this thing, so she's not really that much of a liked Doctor. And, let's see what else. The worst offending thing that got me really pissed off from what I heard from other reviews and stuff. So I went to try and track down this video and I found it. A clip uploaded by Sci-Fi and Fantasy Lover. And you're going to see my raw reaction to this. This is the close to the end scene when the Daleks got defeated. So I'm just going to turn the audio down. But as you can see, the Doctor is on a high note saying that she's, oh yeah, she put all the things in a temporal thing. But the worst part was, get back to it. It was finally when the TARDIS is crushed, as you can see here. Now to you, some of you peoples, where is it? Take it back here. When you see the TARDIS getting crushed. Now, to some of you people, you may think, oh, that's a second TARDIS, it doesn't matter. It does. You know why? Because that fucker, Chris Chibnall, or as I call Chris Shitnall, I really hate that guy. Reason being is, do you realise, people, what the idea of crushing that TARDIS actually symbolises? The idea of crushing that TARDIS, that original TARDIS, that was basically the Ruth Doctor's TARDIS, getting that crushed, what that's actually symbolising. The idea of Ruth Doctor's TARDIS getting crushed is actually a symbol of saying, look, ha ha ha, fans of the original series of Doctor Who, ha ha ha. You know, not only have we destroyed your version of the Doctor, the original Doctor, from 1 all the way up to now, 1 to 13 up to, or basically even 1 up to, 12, 1 up to 12, that Doctor doesn't exist anymore. We've already written it out through the Timeless Children, and we've already ruled it out through the Timeless Children. So your Doctor's already destroyed. But then people say, oh yeah, well the TARDIS sort of remains the same. So basically they're saying, when they're crushing the TARDIS, it's like saying, it's a metaphor for saying, and even more to the point, the fact of, it's the original TARDIS style that's getting crushed, okay? So, more or less to the point, the idea is to say, look, this is the original Doctor Who series no longer exists. It's just the original Doctor's TARDIS, everything about the original Doctors has basically become an over-glorified paperweight. That's basically it. This thing, crunch, 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 scribble, 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 is basically just going, where is it? There we go. It's basically saying, you love the TARDIS? You love the original Doctor Who series? That's what it is now. This is the Chibnall saying, fuck you to all the original Doctor Who fans. Get bent. The original TARDIS, or version of the original TARDIS is destroyed, and that's basically me saying, fuck you to all the original Doctor Who fans. They don't give a shit about the original fans, because basically the new TARDIS, the new everything, the new TARDIS, the new everything else, that's perfect. That's brilliant. All the old stuff is shit, and basically we've destroyed the original Doctor Who series, and this is the symbolicness of seeing the TARDIS, a TARDIS in the original variant, like the original style of the police box and the original interior, just original-ish interior, is supposed to symbolise that they've destroyed that version. And I hate that, because I've even got this version of the TARDIS as a screensaver on my computer. So I really that scene right there, when the TARDIS gets destroyed, when that TARDIS gets destroyed, fuck you, Chris Chris Chibnall. Fuck you, Chris Chibnall. I say fuck you. Look, even if there was the possibility there was two TARDISes, one was the main Doctor's TARDIS, and the other one was the Ruth Doctor's TARDIS, which is even side, not even the real TARDIS. That's beside the bloody point. The idea of crumpling a TARDIS is basically saying, ha ha ha, see, it looks like the original, ha ha ha, we've turned it into fucking shit. That's the fucking point. And I'm sorry if some of you Doctor Who fans have missed it, and I'm sorry if some of you other fans of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor and everyone has missed that from the Revolution of the Daleks episode, but that's what it symbolises to me. It's not saying, oh, there's a second TARDIS, and there's another TARDIS, and the only way we could resolve this situation and part of a story plot is if we send all those Daleks into the other old TARDIS and blow it up. No. There's many ways you could have got around getting rid of those Daleks. You could have sent them into the sun. You could have sent them into a time vortex. There was an episode where the 10th Doctor created a time vortex manipulator or machine that sucked a giant cyber king or cyber queen into a time vortex where it was disintegrated. So this Doctor could have done that again. Create some sort of time manipulator gun thing, because as we know, Captain Jack likes his guns, so more or less they could have got Captain Jack to formulate a gun and then sent all those bloody Daleks into a fucking time vortex via a time pistol or something. Bloody hell. And they didn't do that. They created another TARDIS, and it's basically Chris Chibnall saying to all the fans, fuck you, this is my Doctor Who, this is my show, fuck all you fans who hate my show, and hate me, and fuck all my show, fuck the haters, I'm just going to do what I want, and fuck you to the original fans. So basically, this whole Revolution of the Daleks is just a middle finger by Chris Chibnall to say, to the original fans, shut up, fuck off, and let me do my show. That's basically it. That's basically what this whole thing means to me. Anyway, that's what it means to me anyway. And this is why this is a bit of a rant. I'm really not happy with the ending of the Doctor Who episode. I mean, they could have even had the TARDIS be like a lifeboat in the other TARDIS. Like have two TARDISes in the TARDIS. We've had that happen before. And that was pretty a poignant thing in the and different variations of the Doctor. We had it in the 4th Doctor's episode when the Master did it, and then we had it in the I think it was 11th Doctor, which was Matt Smith. We had it there too. There has been times in Doctor Who history where the TARDIS has actually appeared inside itself. So I don't know why in the hell they couldn't have had it that the second TARDIS could be like an homage to the original, the original TARDIS, and actually do this sort of thing where they actually keep it like in the background like that, just a TARDIS just sitting there inside the TARDIS, not causing any troubles, just sitting there, almost like a lifeboat, to say, well, what would happen if Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS actually exploded? Now that would have been cool, because I really hate that crystal cave dead spider with an erection look to it. That's what it looks like to me, people. It looks like to me like a dead spider that's got a bloody erection. That's what it looks like to me, people. I really hate this TARDIS. I would love to see this piece of shit get exploded. Because that TARDIS looks absolutely fucking shit compared to the beautiful and lovely version they created here. And then that one gets destroyed. I mean, fuck me. fuck me upside down and sideways. That is absolutely beautiful. And the other upside down crystal cave spider with an erection piece of shit of a TARDIS console room. That is fucking piece of shit bollocks, and I absolutely despise that. Look, this thing looks absolutely fucking shit. I mean, I don't know why it's even got an okay. I mean, it looks like a crystal cave of wonders. I mean, it looks absolutely bollocksy shit. I mean, those round things have got other round things in them, and this TARDIS is absolutely fucking dog shit compared to what they did with that one, and the Matt Smith TARDIS, and all those guys. God, I'm just so fucking pissed. And then to have a really decent TARDIS, have a real decent TARDIS with a decent interior, finally get crunched up and thrown away like a fucking piece of garbage. God, I really hate you, Chris Chibnall. I really hate you. So that's my bit of a rant on this stupid Day of the Doctors. Doctor Who Revolution of the Daleks special. I absolutely hate it in that respect. I was almost sold on it. I was actually going to go buy a DVD and actually have a decent look at it and maybe give it a bit of a grading. But the major point of the fucking factor is that you got this fucking the destruction of a TARDIS that you could have easily put inside another TARDIS as a reference for the fans and a reference for the thing, because it looks like the fucking original TARDIS that was around from when the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th Doctor was around, and it has like a semi-original interior. They could have had it in the TARDIS as a lifeboat just in case if Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS exploded. That would have been cool, but no! And they could have had it left in the background, like I was saying, as a tribute to fans, a TARDIS inside a TARDIS. I mean, that's been done before about a fucking million times now, I think. So, I still don't understand why on the bloody hell we did not get that. And I'm bloody pissed about that. I really am bloody fucking pissed that we did not have that happen again, where we've got a TARDIS inside a TARDIS. The second TARDIS is like a lifeboat, and that's what it really is. It's basically like a lifeboat. But yeah, whatever. Even the original TARDIS for William Hartnell's Doctor, that looks better. Trying to think of it, the one done for Adventure in Time, or whatever it was, and the one that eventually Claire gets a hold of the original TARDIS. I mean, that also looks better than that shitty fucking crystal cave, a spider with an erection piece of shit they got. Anyway, that's just my rant, people. Just thought I'd fill you in on that. Okay, catch us all later, people, and have a good day, people. Sorry for my little bit of rant, but I'm sick and tired of this bullshit where they've done shit with this. Okay, people, catch us later.